Good morning. Welcome to the new episode of our podcast series where we are talking to professionals that have spent 15 plus years in different industry verticals, but primarily working in customer experience horizontal. Today, we're going to speak to Asim Aziz, who's currently General Manager at Transmo. Transmol is an AI product that helps organizations monitor its customer experience. Asima's experience in managing large customer service operations has supported customer experience monitoring teams for Airtel, PhonePe, Lenskart, Flipkart, and many more. Good morning, Asim. How are you today?
Hey Adya, good morning. I am good, very well. How about you?
I'm also good. So, I believe that you came back to Delhi a couple of days ago.
Yes, I landed on this Monday, and with me landing to Delhi, I bought rains as well to this city. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, I was living in, so I also live in Delhi and it was very, very hot. So thank you so much for coming and bringing rain because we desperately needed it.
It's all my pleasure, and God's that is natural, but that came with me, so I'm also happy that people appreciated that. Thank you for visiting our city and bringing this rainy season with myself.
Absolutely. So before we start the podcast, is there something that you need a little bit clarity upon?
I had a little question in my mind that you told me that it is a series that you're recording. So why
Yeah.
why series? What is the reason behind that?
So it's quite simple, Asim. The purpose of the series is to bring together experts like yourself to share insights, experiences, best practices in the field of customer experience. Uh, since you have more than 15 years of experience, I believe that whatever insight that you are giving to us, it's going to be really helpful for me and for the people who are trying to gather some information, trying to improve themselves by viewing this podcast. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, then let's drive and start this conversation.
Yeah, so before we do that, I would just like to mention that it will be amazing if you can keep this as informal as possible, and if you can't, uh, I'm sorry, if you can avoid industry specific jargons, because yeah, see, considering I am not from CS background,
Yes.
it's going to be very hard for me to understand, and yeah, it will
Right,
be
right.
just
That is a
easy.
very humble ask. No issues. I'll try to control all jargons. In case if I use any, it is my duty to explain you and express what exactly I meant.
Absolutely. So, would you like to share the companies that you've worked with? What is your professional journey? What are the roles and responsibilities that you've managed?
So, as you already mentioned, that it is a long journey of 15 years. It may not sound that lengthy when you talk about 15, but 15 years are very, very experience. The kind of experience that I have gained in these 15 years was phenomenal, right? I have started off my career with Aegis, and the good thing that I started off with a critical client, which is Airtel. I was managing Airtel since inception, and I spent around 10 years working with Aegis for Airtel. Then I got an opportunity to work with Wise Minds in 2019, and the good part was Wise Minds, although it is an old company, right? It is in industry since years, but they have also stepped it into a new sort of business that they were handling, which was Airtel QMC. And I was fortunate enough that I've been shortlisted to work with this project with Wise Minds team. So so my entire journey was into training from the time I started off my career. But here in Wise Mind, I have explored a lot of industries, but if I talk about my initial part in Wise Minds, I started off working with this for this Airtel project only, where I was managing the entire training and quality piece. So we had a set of approximately 120 people who were managing different LOBs, and when I say LOBs, it is line of businesses.
All right. So, what was your exact position? Like, if I'm talking in terms of designation, was there a major shift when you switched from Aegis to Wise Minds, or was there any major shift in your roles and responsibilities? Because since you mentioned that you were working with Airtel altogether, right?
Yes.
Also in Aegis and also in Wise Minds. So, was there any shift in the kind of experience you gained and the type of roles and responsibilities that you were performing, or was it pretty much the same?
It was not same because as I mentioned that in ages, I was monitoring a specific department of training. I was managing the training piece for ages, where I was handling four different locations. My base location was Lucknow, and other than Lucknow, there was Jamshedpur, there was Bangalore, and Chennai. These all four sites I was managing remotely from Lucknow location. Since I joined Wise Minds, uh, additional domain was added to my profile, which was of quality. And I was working as a project manager who was managing the entire training and quality piece for Wise Minds for Airtel KMC. So I started off with the new hires, training them onto the product for different accounts which we were handling, which includes postpaid, prepaid, fixed line, which we call as one Airtel now. And there was an additional process of Airtel which we were handling, where we used to validate the documentation part. So all these accounts were being handled. And why I say that journey with Wise Minds was a little different, because initially it was only training, but in Wise Minds it was quality also. So there was a there was a drastic change in my profile and role as well. What I've experienced from ages to Wise Minds. Hmm.
Okay, that's really interesting. So, as in picking a very specific thread from what you just told us, जो मुझे समझ में आता है, it is कि कस्टमर सर्विस एजेंट्स अपने कस्टमर से कैसे बात कर रहे हैं उससे कंपनीज को बहुत ज्यादा फर्क पड़ता है राइट इफ दे
Right.
आर गिविंग द करेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन और नॉट आर दे courteous in the conversation
Absolutely.
and if the company is so concerned, why do we see that most top brands outsource their customer service divisions to BPOs or TPOs?
Very nice of you, Adya, that you brought this question into this discussion. Already, uh, this is a little complex question what you have asked. और इस पे अगर हम बात करना चाहें तो we can talk for hours.
Yeah.
There are many factors which are impacting why people come up to the decision that they wanted to outsource their business, but few which I wanted to mention here, जिससे हमारे लोगों को समझ में भी आए. That I will mention those, right? That one of the factors is cost efficiency,
Mhm.
right? Other is flexibility of work, क्या काम किसको कैसे करवाना है, that and they have other factors as well, of which I wanted to mention one more important, which is access to specialized expertise, right? When you have an in-house team, you might not have those experts available with you. जब आप outsource करते हो, then you try to give things to the people where those things are done by experts, right? For example, if there is a web designing kind of work, you will hire somebody who has expertise into this with different certificates and मतलब उनके पास उसका certificate होगा that yes, I am an expert into this activity. So similarly, this is मतलब one of the few reasons that I have mentioned. उसके अलावा there are other reasons as well, and these factors which I have mentioned, uh, they are looking to focus majorly onto the core competencies, while customer service uh, are being offered to a third company, which is a BPO or a KPO. और उसके अलावा there are factors which includes your performance monitoring, right? And the kind of quality work is being done, just to assure that the quality work is up to the mark. uh, एक एक पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस के तौर पे आई वांटेड टू टेल यू वन थिंग दैट इन माय एंटायर करियर, राइट, आई हैव नेवर सीन अ प्रिंसिपल पार्टी who have outsourced this company. But this is a statement which I'm telling you out of the experience which I have, right?
Yeah.
That there is not a single principal company, those who have outsourced their customer operations and are not complaining about visibility. ठीक है, मतलब एक होता है ना कि you have given your work to somebody on your choice. Again, you face few problems, out of which visibility and control around partner performance is very important, and this is the major thing which they miss.
All right. So, do you think कि जब लोग आउटसोर्स करते हैं तो एक से ज्यादा पार्टनर को आउटसोर्स कर सकते हैं?
Yes.
All right. And can you elaborate a little more about the loss of visibility and the control around partner performance जो आपने अभी mention करा?
Okay, I will. So see, think of complexity, right, which is involved in outsourcing a customer service division to a third party provider. Maybe one of the reasons that I will mention that you might choose to outsource to one or more partners, as you have mentioned, right? Now, each of this partner might have multiple delivery centers as well. Okay?
Hmm.
And at each of this delivery center, you might have both work from home and work from office model working as well. People have different kind
Yeah.
of staffings, right? Now, each type of staff might be trained only on specific product and processes. Now, in such a distributed environment where we have work from home, work from office, people are trained onto multiple process, few are not. So, how will this information flow back to the principal party? Now you see the complexity. अब जैसे आपने देखा कि आपने तो एक business दिया था. Now that is getting divided into multiple things: work from home, work from office, right? Then people getting trained on multiple process, few are trained on few process. यहाँ से complexity इसकी बढ़ती जा रही है. इसीलिए मैंने बताया था कि this is a complex question and the challenges which I have mentioned कि principal party जो face करती है, these are the reasons for that.
Definitely. I think now I can understand a little key how complex it might be for you.
But I tried myself to not answer in a complex way so that you understand it well.
Yeah, I feel that you've been very adjusting in the sense that you're not using very specific terms and it's been very easy for me to understand. And like I was saying, I can imagine how tough it will be to say like head of customer service at the principal side. At start of the day, if CS head's first question is
Mhm.
how's my distributed environment performing? And if he doesn't have a comprehensive one view available, he sure is a mess.
And that is the major issues. One of the major issues that the statement yourself says that I wanted to have a visibility what exactly is happening, right?
Mhm.
So just because of performance, it is not about the spread of services and quality of service. I mean, how quickly are you resolving customer issues and how effectively you are resolving it is important. But what information for a leader is why, how, when. These are important कि कहाँ क्या हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है.
Hmm.
Say, why is quality of resolution poor? Or how can I improve resolution of the quality? और what is the main cause of these failures? क्यों ऐसा हो क्यों रहा है ये जानने की हम कोशिश करते हैं. और यही आपके एक ओवरव्यू में like you mentioned that a CS head comes to you and ask कि भाई I wanted to have a overview of this comprehensive environment के what all is happening around. So, what is current performance? Everyone usually gets in the form of dashboards and reports, right? There are different dashboards platforms available जहाँ पर आपको ये सारे information मिलती है. But as I say, it's why, how, and what information that the leaders need. Now you think there are five partners on 10 different locations, and there are two type of employment being offered, like work from home, work from office, and this is operational for entire 24 hours into 7 days. Now, how tough it will be to get a one view of this at the right time with the right format with the right set of information. You understand na? अब कैसे complex now you have asked me from a CS head point of view,
Mhm.
then I have expressed in a different way कि आपने दो को business दिया that is divided into multiple locations and different set of people working in a different work environment, work from office, work from home.
या आई फील कि जब आप फिर मे बी किसी को बिजनेस दे रहे हो इट्स नॉट जस्ट अ सिंगल पर्सन जिससे आप इन टच हो वो इतना वाइड स्प्रेड होता जाता है लाइक यू मेंशन डिफरेंट लोकेशन डिफरेंट
Hmm.
टाइप ऑफ एम्प्लॉयबिलिटीज आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई अकॉर्डिंग टू यू आपके पूरे
Right.
एयरटेल एक्सपीरियंस में दिस वाज मे बी वन ऑफ द मोस्ट हार्ड जॉब दैट यू हैड टू टैकल.
Yeah, similarly, we were having these similar issues, right? There were multiple partners of it located out of multiple location, multiple languages, working culture be different tha. As I mentioned about shifts, they were operational for 24 into 7. So this is something which I have experienced. It is not just I'm saying I have gone through all these things. That is the reason I'm able to rather express in this way. Just say you have acknowledged कि हाँ, the way I'm explaining or expressing it is quite understandable, right? Because I have gone all through these stages.
Yes, definitely. And I think given the complexity that you've described, especially in your role when you were supporting Airtel, so do you have any specific strategies or tools that you found most effective in managing these challenges?
Right. Okay, so this again is a topic on which we can talk for hours, right? I have great stories available with me. But let me try to list down all the points in a shorter way that is helpful for everybody. There are some obvious stuffs like SLA, which is service level agreement. So as promised, I am elaborating those yeah, jargons as well. So the principal party signs with the service provider on having an integrated reporting system, providing real-time visibility into customer service performance. Now these dashboards, analytical tools, they aggregate data from multiple sources, connect करते हैं अलग-अलग resources से, and regular audits and reviews obviously. Some organizations add customer feedback processes to them. Now, every organization invests in customer relationship management. That is a CRM where all the data of the customer is gathered, right? Yeah. So, system, I'm sure you would have heard all these terms, or maybe few companies, if I wanted to tell you, like Salesforce, HubSpot, Zendesk. Yeah, these are few CRM companies, right? And CRM helps in tracking performance and generating reports as well. So, a lot of leading organizations also invest in quality monitoring tools, applications which are required to audit. Tools specifically designed to quality monitoring, such as Transmon. It can provide insights into customer interactions, helping to identify the trends and areas of improvement. So, not only auditing or capturing data, but providing insights, which is most important for a CX person, that what exactly is coming out of it, which is important. So organizations invest by developing dedicated account managers at service providers locations to help with these outputs which they are getting from these applications. Okay, so maybe if you can share a specific example of a company that successfully improved visibility after outsourcing. Certainly, I will. So, without naming one, I can share an example. We have a customer who has a very large customer service operations. They were outsourced, maybe to 10 customers, what I remember, to 10 partners, rather. So, so let me shorten this and tell you in this way that one service provider has given their business to 10 different partners. Now these partners are receiving n number of calls. When I say n number, let me give some numbers also specific to make this example more relevant to you, right? So they are handling lakhs of calls in a day. Hmm. Now it is very important for that industry to pick up the right set of sample. When you pick up a sample, I will try to elaborate this example with a normal example as well. For example, recently elections happened, right? Yeah. So everybody was on top of their voices, showing their own verdict that this party will be winning, this party will be, yeah, yeah, into yeah, yeah, yeah. So how it happens that when we are talking to people, so when you are picking up people to take their views, ke who will be winning these elections. So when you go to a set of people who are supporting, for example, X party, yeah, so but obviously they will talk about their party only, that this party is going to win. Similarly, when you go to a Y party, they will speak about their own party. So this is not the correct way of sampling and sharing your thoughts or verdicts that this particular party will is going to win this election. So for this, you have to do a right set of sampling. You need to reach out different languages, language of people, different demographies, so that you can collate all information and then you can come to a conclusion. Okay, this is what the people of the country are saying, but obvious results depends upon lot of other factors as well. But it is a way that you are doing the right set of sampling. You cannot go to a particular set of people and say, okay, who is winning the election, and they will talk about their own party, and you can take any sort of conclusion कि हाँ, with this set of people we spoke and they are saying, yeah, this is happening. So this is not the right way. So basically, what we need is an unbiased audience, right? Unbiased audience, yes. Selecting the right set of selection is very important. You can go to different people, different demographies, as say different geographies, but setting up with the right set of people is also very important. I'll share with an example of our industry. Uh, let's say you not you exactly, somebody on a call has refunded an amount to a customer. A customer call a customer care executive. That particular person handled the call in a 60 second. right? And he processes a refund to his account. Now, making that refund in 60 seconds is humanly not possible because he need to check a little bit of information, the background of the customer and all, and do the refund. Now, this refund happened in 60 seconds. This is one such case which I'm talking about. There might be many. Now you wanted to diagnose whether these refunds which are happening, because that will be a very crucial part for an organization, for a service provider, that these refunds should not be a leakage into their organization. So now sampling comes in this place. In case if you wanted to audit and you wanted to pick a specific set of audits that I wanted to check how these refunds are happening. Out of those lakhs of calls, it is not easily applicable to just bifurcate what are refund calls, because the calls which are handled by these people are getting captured in a different software which we call as automatic call dialer, which is ACD, and all the details are getting captured in a CRM, which is a customer relationship management. So when you put a filter, then this sampling will come into existence and you will get to know how important it is. Now, this sampling happening the right way. Now, Transmon plays a very important role here. It will give you an option to give the person a freedom of choosing these samples. Okay, what set of samples he wanted to audit for his particular project.
So basically, initially you were saying that bifurcating is very difficult, but one of the feature of Transmon is that it makes bifurcation easier.
Easy, and it is very important to set to pick up the right set of samples. It is very important for us that we should pick the right set of sample. Right? If you are not picking the right set of sample, you will not get the desired output. Whatever is there in your mind that you are looking for, setting and picking up the samples are very important.
Fair enough. AI being used to enhance this entire scenario?
So artificial intelligence, AI, when you say, it is boosting in such a way that we cannot imagine even, right? What AI is able to do in the recent past, we would have not imagined, right?
Yeah.
Into different industries. So this is a very, again, a kind of question on which we can talk for a very good length, right? But I would want to talk specifically about customer services, how AI is helping them. So in specific, I wanted to talk about speech and text analytics, that how it is helping the customer service division and what all is done into this. So when these calls are handled in the form of voice or chats or emails, right? When the communication is happening between the customer and the advisor, it is getting captured in any of these three formats.
Yeah.
Our system application are capable enough to read through the entire conversation and give results basis that. So the initial result that you will get that are very generic to the industry. Like most of the times, every organization has similar opening statements like "Good morning, welcome to this and this," exactly. And same way goes for closing as well. That thank you for calling X and Y customer
Yeah.
service. Similarly for hold and also all these outputs are readily available with us. But when we talk about specific customers, we are required to train our models in accordance to the customer's requirement. When I say customer, our clients.
Yeah.
Clients do have their specific SOPs that they wanted to train our people onto this specific measure. Maybe the example that I shared a few minutes back related to a refund. There may be a refund policy which will be different for an X company or Y company.
Yeah.
So for that, we train our models accordingly to the requirement of our clients and customers. So if you're looking for a better output, when I say it in terms of competency, that the result should be exactly the same as is expected out of a normal human. So we are able to deliver that as well. That may take that may take up to 90 days maximum to train our model in accordance to your requirement, but that is doable. So this way, with the help of a speech and analytics tool, we have helped many customer organizations, and this is in continuous development. So that is what I wanted to mention in a shorter note about one of our services about speech and text analytics.
Fair enough. I feel that AI is progressing with such a pace that one day it's going to be so easy to read emotions through speech and text analytics as well. Like, I feel right now, if a person is maybe shouting, but shouting in a very dignified manner, the speech and text analytics won't be able to understand it that well. वो तो सिर्फ यही बताएगा ना कि इस इंसान ने ऐसे 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 बोला, but
Right.
the tone behind it. So I feel कि the entire experience of customer experience and customer services will be elevated in the coming future with the integration of AI.
Absolutely. The way it is moving, the pace is very high.
Yeah,
Maybe what we are not imagining today can be, it is possible that is doable tomorrow.
yeah,
So it is
definitely.
just into our imaginations. We think that this is possible, this is not possible. But AI is making a great difference into our service industry as well.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give to companies currently considering outsourcing their customer service operations?
Okay, not just companies that are considering outsourcing, but in fact, all professionals that are in customer horizontal. So when it comes to customer experience, that too specifically monitoring customer service centers, investing in tech product should not be considered a cost. People do have this in mind, कि a cost is invested. No, don't look at that way. The ROI, which is return on investment, it is 100% guarantee. See, a customer lost due to poor resolution may where the resolution rate is very poor, right? It is always far bigger loss than investing into a tech product that can help you monitor, timely taking actions and improve continuously. That is a long time investment that you are doing. So thinking, if you are thinking in that way, na, it is never considered as a cost.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you can always earn a little more, but if you leave a negative impact on a customer, that's going to last way longer than any, decision of not investing. Because if a person makes a fixed perception of what the product is, how the organization is, it's very difficult to go ahead and rectify that. No matter how many tries you take, the first impression is the last impression, as they say.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, yeah. And are there any resources or further reading you would recommend for companies looking to improve visibility in their outsourced customer service operations?
All this time that we have spent, this podcast is going to help us because I already appreciated the way and the kind of questions that you have asked that are very useful.
Thank you.
And other than that, we can check out the COPC website as well. You can check out transmonqa.com. That has a lot of information. This is our website. And there are LinkedIn groups which are good source of getting all these information. Consultant and expert posts regularly on these LinkedIn groups will help. And I will also share a few more information with you, which we will put maybe in somewhere in the description so that our viewers can refer that for further information on this.
Fair enough. So now that this podcast is coming to an end, thank you so much, Asim, for being here.
Thank you
For
very much for inviting me onto this podcast. I have really enjoyed it, and most importantly, the kind of things that I'm being asked on this podcast are very important for our generation.
I feel that the way you answered and tried to explain it to us, like when I mentioned that I'm not from this particular background, you genuinely
I
took out
took that as
time.
a I took that as
Yeah,
a warning, right?
yeah, you took out time to explain things to me, and I'm sure that the viewers who are not specifically from this industry will also find this very helpful, maybe in their research or whatever it is that they're doing, because it was really insightful. It was so easy to understand, so easy to follow along, that we are really grateful for your time.
Same here, same here. I also enjoyed this entire moment. Thank you very much for calling me here for this.
Thank you once again, Asim. Thank you for being here.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.